heard Dinaz and Tony Galvin, "I on You." It's one of the songs, one of the singles from the album that they released a couple of years back called Big and Tall. The video is really dope. So "I on You," go check it out on YouTube, and go check out the whole album. Is very 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 sick. I had Dinaz in an earlier episode, and we played a track from there and talked extensively about his relationship with Tony Galvin and everything. R.I.P. to Tony Galvin. What you think, Mumsy?
So like with Tony, I like, okay, so again, before there was a Mother Superior, it was just Superia. I used to rap with this other girl. She was Supreme. I was Superior. We had a group called S Squared. And Tony Galvin is from down south. He's from Richmond Heights, which is not super far from, where I'm from. They're Killian folks, and that's fine. And I'm a South Ridge baby, which is, always the best. But I don't know, Tony knew me before, I knew him before people knew him, oh, that's Tony Galvin. He knew me before people are like, oh, that's Mother Superior.
How did you guys know each other?
I mean, I used to be over there, and he would be making beats. I mean, I could tell you some really crazy stories about my son's dad and the older dad, young man, because he's not a boy. The older young man, Taj, and his father and Tony were really cool. Him, this other dude, Curtis Ballard, who is now the video guru out here in this world of entertainment. Those guys had equipment at their house that we used to use to record. Tony had equipment at his house, wasn't his house. It was his mama's house, right? It's oh, such and such broke in here and stole all of the equipment. We think it's this person. I mean, I've known Tony pretty much. That's a hard one to talk about, because this is not oh my gosh, now I'm finna jump on a bandwagon of what is Tony Galvin because he done did some songs for Trick and Trina. I've known this guy before I even became a mom. You know what I mean? He's a part of, what I became as an artist. Just right there making me Sandy. Her name was Sandy. My name's Sonia, Supreme Superior, S Squared, S to the second power, kind of deal. Yeah, so I don't know. That was real painful because right before Tony passed away, I was like, okay, we really need to do a whole body of work that includes all of the artists from the Miami 90s hip hop scene. And I reached out to Tony. I didn't even know Tony was in Georgia. We talked, we did a lot of catching up and all of that stuff. And he said, yeah, I'm down to do the project. He said he wanted whatever he submitted as far as music for the project, that his only request is that Society would be on whatever track or tracks that he gave to us for the project that I was talking to him about. And I don't know. Okay.
Take your time.
Yeah, I mean, but me and Tony, we go way back. So, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, he knew me before it was a mother in front of the word superior. And I knew him before people started, knowing how great he was as Tony Galvin, the producer. So yeah, I knew Tony when I was what 16 years old, 17 years old, and he's a part of the fabric that helped me to get from point A to point B and get that record deal. You know, so
Where
yeah.
did he ever send you them beats
You
to
know, I
for
never
what you
got the
guys had
beats,
talked
and
about?
it's crazy because I was when I finally did get in touch with Society because I knew that's what he wanted for Society to be on the record, whatever he submitted. When I did finally talk to Society and got Society to say yes, that he would whatever, which I knew that he would be down to do whatever it was that we were talking about. Um then when I called Tony, I just wouldn't get no answer. And then, the whole thing happened and he was gone. So um I didn't get the music. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: why was he so adamant on Society being on the track? Aside from the fact that Society is an
You
incredible
know,
MC,
I
why was he so adamant about that being
I
a
have
thing?
no idea because I didn't ask him. All I know is that, he shared with me what was going on with him. And when he told me that, I was just like, I gotta get on the phone with Society and get Society to say, yeah, that this is something that, of course, that he would definitely want to do. And then when I called, because, a couple text messages, he replies, a phone, he replied. But then when I wasn't getting no reply, that's when I knew that something wasn't quite right. And I don't know why. He just wanted that. He wanted that. He said, whatever I give to you, Society got to be on it. And I said, okay, well, let me get in touch with Society before you send anything. Let me get in touch with this dude and then I'll let you know that, yeah, he said yes. And then we can go from there. But we never got there. We never got there. And that's one of the big regrets that I have about the Levitation album. Tony should have produced something. I've known this dude since I was 16 years old. I can't even tell you the stories about getting on a bike, riding around the corner to this nigga house. And then all of that shit that happened when the equipment went missing and blah 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 and all the shit with Mark and all this stuff. And I'm like, why the fuck didn't you get a track from Tony? Like I think about that. I think about that.
Yeah, and thinking about when I listen to like Trick Daddy,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing like the early Trick Daddy
Mm-hmm.
stuff. The www.thug.com and but that's when Society was still in the picture with Slip and Slide, and that's when Tony Galvin was still in the picture as far as his production is concerned. So now that you're saying this, that he was adamant on having Society, I'm like, man, I wonder if they ever did a track together and it just never came out, and he just wanted to touch base again, or
Yeah, I mean,
or if
that
this was
question I
the
can't answer, but I can tell you that that is what he wanted. He wanted that because that is specifically what he said to me. And then I went after
well,
it, but I was, mm, yeah.
no, you mentioned that you wish Tony would have been on Levitation, and understandably so. You know what I'm saying? Aside from the fact that you have this bond with him, this tie that goes way back. His production is incredible.
Yeah.
The MC that was on that Tony Galvin track is Dynax. Now, something that I was wondering about is on Levitation, you got a song which I really love, Black Family. And Black Family is dope, and it's accredited in where did I see it? I think I saw it on Discogs that they accredited the production to Black Forest, and I know that was a group that Dynaz was a part of. And I'm wondering if on the hook I'm hearing these ad libs in the background of Black Family, and it sounds like it's a young Dynaz delivering some ad libs. Am I on point with that, or
Yes.
or was it somebody
No,
else?
it's Dynasty.
That's dope. That's dope. Well, yo,
Okay.
I appreciate you being willing to open up with me, and especially with your memories on Tony Galvin and so many people and so many things from the past. We're gonna keep it rolling. I got two more songs in this cast, and we're gonna be out. So,
Okay.
like anything in this hip hop thing, yes, we do it for the love, we do it for the culture, we do it for the art. But at the end of the day, sometimes you got to make that break.